The kingdom of Eldoria was renowned throughout the land, not just for its wealth and power, but also for its wise and benevolent king, Edmund the Just. However, what many didn't know was that behind the high stone walls of the castle, the king was not always just. He was a man of sudden moods, capable of great generosity and terrible wrath. Within the castle grounds stretched a vast orchard, a testament to the bounty of the kingdom. Every variety of fruit imaginable grew there, carefully nurtured by a humble farmer named Thomas and his family. They lived in a small cottage on the palace grounds, their days filled with the simple tasks of tending to the orchard. One morning, Thomas noticed the orchard was heavy with ripened fruit, ripe for the picking. He walked among the trees, his eyes scanning for the perfect offering. He considered the apples, shiny and red, or the glistening clusters of plums, but he finally decided on the grapes. They were small, tender and fresh, perfect for a midday snack. Carefully, he filled a basket and made his way to the castle. When he arrived, King Edmund sat upon his throne, his face troubled, his brows furrowed. The unseen burdens of the kingdom weighed heavily on him. Without acknowledging Thomas's presence, the king picked a grape, popped it into his mouth, and flicked the next one at the unsuspecting farmer. The grape struck Thomas on the shoulder and he winced slightly, but he remained calm. Turning to the king, he simply said, "How merciful of God." Puzzled, the king picked another grape, ate it slowly and flicked the remaining one at Thomas, who responded again with the words, "How merciful of God." This continued until the basket was empty and Thomas had several grape stains on his tunic. Finally, the king stopped and a hint of guilt softened his face. He looked at the farmer and asked, "Thomas, why do you thank God when I treat you so unkindly?" The farmer bowed his head and replied, "My king, today the orchard held apples, pears, and plums. I could have brought any of them, but I chose grapes. Imagine if, instead of these soft grapes, you had thrown a hard apple or a heavy pear. Surely I would have been hurt. That is why I say, God is merciful." These words struck the king like a thunderbolt. Shamefaced, he realized that his actions, though hurtful, could have been far worse. The simple farmer was right. In that moment, King Edmund learned a valuable lesson in humility from the man he had wronged. He understood the difference between strength and weakness, kindness and cruelty, and most importantly, the value of the people around him. From that day forward, he treated Thomas and his family with respect and ensured that his orchard remained a place of peace and plenty, not just for the king's amusement, but also as a symbol of humility and gratitude for the simple gifts of life.